CPF General Secretary Sitaram Yechury has written to President after several states exempt industries from most labour laws. Yechury claims that the move is draconian and can lead to the return of the bonded labour system. Let's go across to Mohit, who's joining us for more on the story. Mohit, this is very significant because now opposition parties have made this a big issue. They are saying that this could lead to exploitation of labour, given the kind of relaxation in laws that state governments such as Uttar Pradesh are now doing.
Yes, the various political parties have written to the president of the country, and they have clearly said that the changes in the labor laws will be a drastic change, and it won't be good for the security, welfare and livelihood of the workers across the country, because they say that as of now, during the existing time, we know for a fact that how economy is in shambles, and it's the workers who are on the ground, the migrant laborers, workers, they are worst affected by it. Now we see that how the labor laws have been changing their various states, and hence it won't be good for the economy. And the letter also talks about that how around 15 to 16 migrant workers were crushed by a goods train, and it show in the letter the opposition parties want to say that the plight of the workers on the ground should be highlighted, and hence there should not be any significant change in the law. Instead, the government should work with the state government. The center should work with the state government for the welfare of all the workers on the ground, and hence various political parties have written to the president of the country. We have to wait and watch how will the government react to it, because we know that after the lockdown has been enforced, various state governments have changed the labor laws. They say that it has become necessary during the lockdown times. Many of them have extended the working hours of the workers, and hence we see a statement coming in from various political parties.
All right, this is in fact very significant, Mohit, but what is also significant is now it's not only UP but other states as well that are looking at changing their legal infrastructure as far as labour laws are concerned. All right, I think we've lost that line there. In fact, we'll go on to the other top focus at this hour. Maharashtra's war against COVID-19 is now failing on three fronts, raising questions if the Aghadi government in the state still has everything under control. The case count in the state is slowly inching towards 18,000. Over 950 deaths have been recorded. And despite the surge in cases, a mockery of social distancing and violation of lockdown norms can be spotted on the streets in the state. The health infrastructure also seems to be crumbling. After a video of Sion Hospital went viral, a doctor from the municipality-run hospital in Mumbai has made some damning charges, indicting well-equipped private hospitals of weakening the COVID fight. In a video statement, this doctor blames private hospitals for charging exorbitant fees from patients and turning away poor patients, which added an extra burden on government hospitals.
So the situation in our hospitals like KEM, Nair, Sion and Seven Hills is extremely bad. So we have almost around 30-40 patients waiting in EMS who are on oxygen. So on oxygen and requiring oxygen at a higher rate, but we cannot provide them this oxygen at higher rate. So daily we get around 50 to 100 patients. We at Sion Hospital, daily every second or third day we open one new ward for COVID-related patients. So even after that, we have inadequate ventilators and inadequate staff.
All right, the whistleblower now speaks to Times Now. Yesterday, Times Now showed you the gross negligence at the Sion Hospital in Mumbai. Today, we bring you the testimony of the man who saw it firsthand. The Mumbaikar who shot the horrific Sion video speaks to Times Now. He asserts that he sent this video to the hospital and BMC authorities, but nobody paid heed to it.
पर एक बॉडी थी जो ब्लैक प्लास्टिक में रैप की हुई थी। जब हॉस्पिटल वार्ड बॉय से पूछा गया तो उन्होंने कहा कि वो पेशेंट के फैमिली ने अभी तक बॉडी क्लेम नहीं की है, इसलिए वो वहाँ पर है। तो ऐसे पैनिक सिचुएशन में पेशेंट ने कहा मुझे यहाँ पर नहीं रहना है, तो हमने डिस्चार्ज की दरख्वास्त की। तो उन्होंने कहा कि हमने ऑलरेडी आपका एडमिशन प्रोसीजर कंप्लीट किया, तो आपको डिस्चार्ज नहीं मिल सकता, आपको यहीं पर रहना पड़ेगा। वो एकदम टेरिफिक व्यू था कि कोविड पेशेंट्स बेड पर लेटे हुए हैं, उनके बगल में उनके रिलेटिव्स है और नेक्स्ट बेड पे बॉडी है, ऐसे करके हर बेड पे एक पेशेंट और एक बॉडी प्लास्टिक में रैप की हुई थी। उसके बाद में हमने हमारे सोर्सेस को अंदर भेज के ये वीडियो शूट किया है। इस वीडियो को शूट करने का रीज़न यही है कि हमें प्रशासन को जागरूक करना है। इसके लिए हमने ये वीडियो काफ़ी सारे लोगों से शेयर किया था, बट किसी ने भी इस वीडियो पे एक्शन नहीं लिया। एमएलए नीतीश राणे साहब को शेयर किया था और उन्हें बताया था कि ऐसी ऐसी घटना सायन हॉस्पिटल में हो रही है, तो उन्होंने उसी समय इंस्टेंटली वो वीडियो ट्वीट किया था और रातों रात उस वीडियो का इम्पैक्ट इतना था कि नेक्स्ट डे डीन ने उसे एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया। बट जब उन्हें सच में पूछा गया कि ये हो रहा है तो उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट किया, बोला कि हमारे पास सिचुएशन ही ऐसी है और वेल इक्विप्ड नहीं है।
Let's go right across to Arunil, who's joining us for more on the story. Arunil, this is a very shocking state of affairs that is in fact being spoken about as far as Mumbai is concerned. Not only are, of course, bodies being kept along with the patients, but when it is highlighted to the authorities, no action is taken.
Well, Mother, first the disturbing video and now this testimony, the shocking testimony by the person who got it shot as well, the social worker who stays near the Sion Hospital, clearly saying that it was showed to the municipal authorities as well as to the hospital authorities, but nobody paid heed to it. In fact, if we remember, the hospital authorities were earlier denying that it was a video from their hospital. However, after that, when Times Now confronted the dean of the hospital, he accepted it, saying that there are no proper directives that have come from the BMC and the state government on what they have to do to those unclaimed bodies of COVID patients, which their relatives are now claiming the body. So that's why they are lying in these wards. And till now, Madhav, in fact, for more than 48 hours have passed. Till now, no such directive has come from the state government of Maharashtra or the BMC or what the hospital authorities have to do to such unclaimed bodies. This really reflects and showcases the unpreparedness and callousness of the BMC, because this is not the first time that we are exposing this similar kind of incident. We had shown from the Cooper Hospital, another BMC hospital, wherein dead bodies of COVID patients were kept in the same ward.
Well, some very shocking instances indeed, Arunil, and we certainly hope that authorities wake up sooner rather than later. Let's take this across to our guests who are joining us live. With us is Shine INC spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Jaleel Parker, senior pulmonary consultant of Lilavati Hospital, is with us. Sundar Balkrishnan, political analyst, is with us, as is Chetan Singh, who's also a political analyst. Let me begin with you, Mr. Sundar Balakrishnan. This is an absolutely shocking state of affairs. You've heard the whistleblower who shot that shocking video. Perhaps his testimony is even more shocking, because he says that he has run from pillar to post, from the BMC to top politicians, and nobody seems to be bothered about taking any action.
See, I'll tell you, the cases in Maharashtra has gone so bad in the sense that, BMC has in fact exhausted all the facilities that they have. Now they are trying to do their best by constructing the beds in the other areas like race course and all those places. But let me tell you, BJP should not be trying to politicize this, because I'll tell you, the cases in Gujarat is equally bad. At this point of time, what we should do is we should, come together and see how we can help the various governments. Like, I heard Devendra Fadnavis saying that we are going to give a constructive solution. Give a constructive
suggestion. The BMC are, today if you see the bed as compared to the population in Mumbai is so less, it is very less, so that there is no capacity that is available in BMC hospitals. Now you go to private hospitals. Private hospitals, the problem is they charge you so hefty amount.
Sir, but the problem is there is an issue, and the only persons who can solve that issue or be held accountable is the government. Whether it is the BMC or the state government, authorities will have to answer. Let's in fact listen in once again to the statement of that eyewitness, or the whistleblower rather.
पर एक बॉडी थी जो ब्लैक प्लास्टिक में रैप की हुई थी। जब हॉस्पिटल वार्ड बॉय से पूछा गया तो उन्होंने कहा कि वो पेशेंट के फैमिली ने अभी तक बॉडी क्लेम नहीं की है, इसलिए वो वहाँ पर है। तो ऐसे पैनिक सिचुएशन में पेशेंट ने कहा मुझे यहाँ पर नहीं रहना है, तो हमने डिस्चार्ज की दरख्वास्त की, तो उन्होंने कहा कि हमने ऑलरेडी आपका एडमिशन प्रोसीजर कंप्लीट किया है, तो आपको डिस्चार्ज नहीं मिल सकता, आपको यहीं पर रहना पड़ेगा। वो एकदम टेरिफिक व्यू था उसके कोविड पेशेंट्स बेड पर लेटे हुए हैं, उनके बगल में उनके रिलेटिव्स है और नेक्स्ट बेड पे बॉडी है, ऐसे करके हर बेड पे एक पेशेंट और एक बॉडी प्लास्टिक में रैप की हुई थी। उसके बाद में हमने हमारे सोर्सेस को अंदर भेज के ये वीडियो शूट किया है। इस वीडियो को शूट करने का रीज़न यही है कि हमें प्रशासन को जागरूक करना है। इसके लिए हमने ये वीडियो काफ़ी सारे लोगों से शेयर किया था, बट किसी ने भी इस वीडियो पे एक्शन नहीं लिया। एमएलए नीतीश राणे साहब को शेयर किया था और उन्हें बताया था कि ऐसी ऐसी घटना सायन हॉस्पिटल में हो रही है, तो उन्होंने उसी समय इंस्टेंटली वो वीडियो ट्वीट किया था और रातों रात उस वीडियो का इम्पैक्ट इतना था कि नेक्स्ट डे डीन ने उसे एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया, बट जब उन्हें सच में पूछा गया कि ये हो रहा है तो उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट किया, बोला कि हमारे पास सिचुएशन ही ऐसी है और वेल इक्विप्ड नहीं है।
All right, let me take the question across to Shaina NC. Shaina NC, Sundar Balakrishnan says you should not politicize this issue. But the question is, who is to be held accountable for the state of affairs? Can we allow this kind of a state in the country's financial capital?
It's not. This is a shameful disgrace to the state of Maharashtra. If you are in a position of power and you believe that you can be absolved of basic transparency, accountability, that's not going to be the situation. What we saw in Sion Hospital was nothing short of horrific. If you have dead bodies wrapped in plastic and just kept there in the same treatment, you have COVID patients. So what dignity of death are we talking about? Are we even giving dignity to the deceased and their families? And there you have Uddhav Thackerayji, pin drop silence. He's the Chief Minister of the state. He must respond and reply. The BMC Commissioner Praveen Pardesi has been mum. And with the reserves and the thousands of crores they have in reserves, the basic dignity of death, is that too much to ask for? You have failed in Dharavi. There has been no tracing, no testing, no treatment. You have failed in Kurla. You have failed in various spots and hotspots across the city. You have failed in Palghar where 2 saints have been murdered. You have failed where when you have adhered to so-called guidelines and you've had no social distancing where people have come out in hundreds and hundreds of numbers. And is that not a failure of law and order? I choose not to politicize this issue, but I want answers on serious questions. This is just the beginning. From what experts have said, the worst is yet to come. And if we are unable to contain this time, then I think there needs to be serious questioning of the Mahavinash.
All right, before I go across to Sundar Balakrishnan, at the end of the day, I want to bring in the doctor on this panel because we have to look at how serious the issue is. Dr. Jalil Parker, I saw a letter that you had written earlier today. The fact is that the situation is going from bad to worse. Do you think that still matters can be brought under control if strictly the norms are followed of social distancing and adequate healthcare is provided? What needs to be done immediately, Dr. Jalil Parker?
Mother, you have to give me some time to understand the situation in totality. Firstly, you must understand that this is a calamity which has taken the world over. And even so, in India, where the population is way beyond imagination. Having said that,
Sir, I'm sorry, there's some breaking news coming in at this moment. And the big breaking news is that the BMC Commissioner has been shunted. That's the big development coming in. A number of questions being raised about the management, particularly of BMC hospitals in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic and the crisis as far as healthcare is concerned. Let's go across to Kajal for more on that. Kajal, take us through why the BMC boss has been removed. Is it because of the handling of the COVID crisis?
No reasons have been given. There have been a couple of transfers that have been effected today, not just of Praveen Pardesi, but also a couple of people. But ostensibly, the reason could also be that he and the Chief Secretary were not seeing eye to eye for quite some time now. And there was a disagreement several times over the meetings, during the meetings that were held with respect to corona containment. So it could possibly be that those were that could be one of the reasons why he has been transferred. But we will have to wait for the government to actually come out with an official reason. Most likely they are going to perhaps say that it's a routine transfer because there are other transfers also that happen at the same time. But yes, he has been sent to the Urban Development Department is our information right now as per certain top sources in the bureaucracy.
All right, big development coming in over there, Kajal. Also, any decision yet on who will be heading the BMC? Because that would be very crucial in terms of the agency that is actually managing for Mumbai the entire COVID crisis.
Mr. Iqbal Chahal is one of the names that is doing the rounds to replace Mr. Pardesi as the BMC commissioner. However, we'll have to wait for the official order to come out before we give out the name of the new commissioner. But yes, so far we have just got this information that he has been, Praveen Pardesi has been moved to the Urban Development Department. We will wait for further details from the government and then official order to become.
Big breaking news there, Kajal. Massive news coming in from Mumbai. The BMC Commissioner Praveen Pardesi has been shunted out. Let's go across to Shaina NC for more on that. Shaina NC, action being taken by the government there. The BMC Commissioner has been shunted out.
Look, by just changing an officer is not the magic wand to sort out a solution. Do understand, in Mumbai, we have the maximum cases. We have no tracing, we have no testing, we have no treatment. You have government hospitals who have been trying to appeal to the BMC hospitals as the BMC hospitals have been trying to appeal to the private hospitals, saying we need to have better infrastructure. The sad part is that the BMC has the funds, they have the reserves, they have the wherewithal, and they have not had the political will where you have the state government, which is that of the Sena, the BMC, which is that of the Sena, to address this issue in totality. My appeal would be, rather than us politicking as to which officer has come and which officer has got, get systems in place. This is just the beginning of this pandemic, which is a long drawn-out situation for a state like Mumbai, for a state like Maharashtra and Mumbai. We cannot afford to lose lives. We have lost lives in every case and scenario, whether it's migrant laborers waiting or whether it's people in Sion Hospital where you have a COVID tested.
Yes. In fact, that's what we were just discussing. That's what we were just discussing, Shaina NC. Let me quickly bring in Chetan Singh on this as well. Chetan Singh, the question ultimately is this about fixing accountability. But Shaina NC's response is that it cannot be, just accountability cannot be just at the doorstep of one individual. The government too will have to be held accountable. But the fact is, how do we fix the problem? That should be the focus right now.
No, I agree with Shaina and see the government means the central government needs to be held accountable.
Not the state government, sir? Not the state government?
See, why I'm saying so, on 24th, the state government person, the head of the state government did not appear on the national television. We all know what was told. We have seen that how, the person who has just given the statement that how the dead bodies are there in the hospital, and we have seen what has happened on the railway track also. Our Honorable Prime Minister...
Sir, the BMC Commissioner has been moved. Clearly, accountability is being kept. Accountability is clearly being made or being people are being held accountable at the level as far as the state is concerned. We certainly will continue to discuss this. Chetan Singh, request you and all our guests to stay on with us. We're slipping into a quick break.